Coach, and I'm sure we can probably get you a set of steak knives or something, but you've now beaten every team in the East. Now that you've knocked off Missouri, it's been a weird series, and between you guys the last few years, what does it feel like to finally kind of get over that with them and win the series?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think that way. So I'm just happy we won. We played really well today. We're able to expand that game, and yeah, beating Missouri is great. But it's we got one more, and we're really locked in for the one more tomorrow and come out and play good baseball.
Bobby?
Yesterday you're kind of fighting it and trying to get those big innings, just never came. Your bullpen shut it down. But today you got the two big innings where you put a crooked number up. How big was that just to extend that lead and let your guys kind of relax?
It was huge. It's huge to be able to play some freer baseball, right? And I thought we had some big swings, and I thought Dakota was really good all over the field today. Amani obviously really good, but I just thought we strung a lot of bats together in a row right there, and I think that was giving us a little bit of freedom to play and just relax and have fun. It has been. Even Tuesday night felt tight, but be able to score some runs because what they do is they're very good pitching wise and defensively. I mean and we'll see more arms tomorrow. I think their Friday and Saturday guy are throwing tomorrow, so you're gonna see some good arms in this series from them.
Steve?
Along those lines too, everybody kind of had a contribution today. You mentioned DJ was like them. Kohler goes the other way with one, and it seems like today was kind of a bit more of a team win where you had maybe like Joe on Tuesday kind of carrying the team. What were your thoughts on that?
No, it's great because we need the Amanis. We need everybody locked in. Hunter hits a big ball today, and has a walk. I mean, I just think it's everybody being a part is huge, and having some success and feeling good about playing baseball. So as you're building, as this keeps moving, it becomes a lot of fun, and I want them all to be able to enjoy that.
Steph?
You talked on Tuesday about you liked the catching situation that you had, and obviously Johnny's worked with Durangelo all season. What's the communication, I guess, kind of like with them? How much chemistry do they have, and how much of that is Parker? How much is Johnny? Like, who's kind of going through the communication?
I think that's probably a three-headed monster. Between them all, and they've all three done such a great job this year. I mean, they have, Durangelo's he's put together a special season, and but Johnny's a big part of that. I think a couple weeks ago we got the T-shirt and gave it to Johnny, and I thought that was cool. And then, but Park's in their ear too, and I think it's a special thing, and that's pitchers start to get used to certain catchers, and so him and Lowe really clicked.
Robbie?
You mentioned a few weeks ago that you just really trusted Amani, that it was going to come, and you left him in the lineup and tried to get him to work through this, and you're seeing some big hits now the last couple of weeks. I mean, how does that make you feel to see him breaking out of this, and also he's getting a chance to get back out in the field too?
Yeah, that may be part of the reason, right? I'm sure he'd tell me that. So the guy who makes out the lineup card, but guys, there's nobody who works as hard as Amani in our program, and he's a wonderful kid, and he's a really good baseball player. And this game is tough, and it's fun to see him reap some of those rewards. And it's I have Logan Kohler, who I feel like is starting to play really good baseball. It's a baseball it goes like this. It's different than all the other sports, and you got to be mentally tough, and you got to be locked in, but you got to stick with it. And I think Amani's stuck with it, and you're starting to see that right now.
Bruce?
Durangelo had 9 strikeouts at one point. I think he had 5 in a row. What did you make of his outing today?
I thought it was really good, sharp. He wasn't as sharp last week, and looked a little uncomfortable. And I could tell after the first pitch or two that he was ready to go. You could just see him. He's got a different attitude when he feels really good like that. And I could just tell right in the first inning that he had his good stuff.
Steve?
Coach, when first couple of years you had a roster filled with guys with tons of postseason experience. You barely have anybody on this roster now that has any postseason experience. How is you as their leader? How do you kind of prepare them to handle the pressure and the moment of clinching and kind of pushing into this tournament?
It's nice having postseason success, and sometimes when you have none, they're just too dumb to realize it, right? Like, they just go out and play ball. So I think we've talked about it as a coaching staff a little bit, of helping these guys out a little bit and what can we do. But the reality is it is just baseball, and there is pressure that goes with it, but who plays with more pressure than us all year long? There's nowhere in college baseball. There's a couple places maybe the same, but we play in front of big crowds and expectations every game. So these are just, these are just added on.
Steph.
Durangelo, he came out sharp in that game that you guys had at Vandy, and then in the last innings kind of where they got to him. What did you see from him today that maybe he was able to get through those 5th, 6th, 7th innings?
Yeah, just he had the middle innings. He was so efficient. I mean, there was a couple of them he didn't strike them out. He just got a couple really quick outs. I think that's what really helped him there at the end. He still had his stuff. I mean, it was still 95 to 97 there late. I think that's what helps him.
Robbie.
One of the challenges you've had for your teams after you win these first 2 games is finishing and trying to get that last win. I don't know if you'll know for sure until tomorrow, but what's kind of your read on your team going into game 3 tomorrow?
Well, we talked about it's the last game of the season, and it's an important one. We're still playing for stuff. We're still playing for seeding, for hosting, for all those type of things. I just, I challenge them to come out. I told them they have some of their better arms still left. They're going to come out and try to play good, and we have to take it from them. And that's in this league, it's just so hard when you do sweep. That's why you see a lot of teams get 2 and give back 1, but they're locked in. I mean, they know how big tomorrow's game is, and they'll be ready to go.
David.
Back to Durangelo, just watching him, he didn't seem to use his curveball a whole lot, just he's so free and easy and smooth. His slider was really breaking great, it looked like.
Yeah, I almost wonder, was he throwing a cutter? It was so hard early. I don't know if you know. I mean, it was 90-91 a lot. So, yeah, he did. He went a couple weeks ago, he was using the curveball a lot, but it's just what he feels some days in the bullpen, I think, is but the slider was really good today. And his changeup. When he has his changeup, it's really tough to hit him.
Steve.
Should we expect Pico tomorrow? Have you guys made a decision about that?
Yeah, we're going Pico tomorrow. So we'll go Pico and hopefully get him 4 or 5 innings, and then bullpen it the rest of the day. So.
Money, obviously a big day for you, but you're kind of getting back in the field a little bit, senior day, your family's here, your little brother's on the Jumbotron and everything. Maybe just kind of surmise your day today.
It was pretty awesome. I think it's awesome when you realize that I'm playing in the dude. I mean, not everybody gets to do that. A lot of teams take field trips to the dude, and we just try to shut that down. But I'm just blessed to be here at the dude.
Robbie.
Amani, coaches talked about maybe getting back in the field has given you a lift. Do you feel that, getting a chance to go out there and play your position? Has it helped bring you some more confidence in play too?
Yeah, I mean, playing defense has always been my thing ever since I was little, and I believe that helps as well. But I can play anywhere, so.
Doug.
Amani, we know Beans, we know Big Time, we know DJ. I don't know if I know your nickname. What is it?
What would you say, though?
I always call you Omani.
Yeah. I mean, people say, what do they say? I've heard living like Larry before, but I mean, it's whatever people think. I mean, it don't really matter to me.
Just seemed like today would be a good day to celebrate.
Yes, sir.
Steph.
Durangelo, what's it been like for you this year working with Johnny behind the plate? I know Coach Lemonis was talking about the chemistry you guys have with each other at this point in the season. What's it been like, kind of developing that chemistry with him and getting to the point where you guys are now?
The development is good, and especially just Johnny behind the plate is just awesome. And when I met him, he was like, "You got to throw everything. I catch it. I give you a lot of strikes, so throw it." So that's motivated me, and I feel like comfortable throwing to Johnny. So he helped me a lot too, and especially stay in the strike zone, just trying to hit the corners, and he will help me and give a lot of strikes.
How much through the course of the game, is Johnny the one calling pitches, or Justin? Who kind of goes, what kind of goes into that for y'all?
Coach Parker calling the pitches, but sometimes when he don't know like what to throw, and Johnny is the one behind the plate, like he can see their swing and everything. Sometimes Parker will ask him, "What you think? Should we throw here?" And he will tell Parker.
Steve.
Durangelo, along those lines too, I see Johnny sometimes like it was a borderline pitch and you don't get a call, he's always like pointing to himself, like he's trying to take the blame, saying I should have got that strike for you. I mean, do you see that a lot, and how does that maybe help you kind of stay in the zone when your guys behind there saying, hey, I should have got that strike for you?
I mean, just keep pounding the zone, and I mean, he helped me a lot this year, helped me get a lot of strikes. So I mean, he's human, he can miss sometimes too, and I'll just keep throwing and let it work.
Benjamin.
D'Angelo, you've had a few starts where you've been real sharp the first time through the order, first 3-4 innings, and then ran into some trouble later on in the game. What's allowed you to sort of fight through some of that and have a day like today where you stayed real strong and were able to get through the seventh without much damage at all?
Yeah, sometimes it's just like late in the game, you will like hang a breaking ball or something, and he hit a bomb today, and you just gotta keep your composure and stay locked in and don't let that determine your outing. So I just let that just like as a fuel so I can just keep going.
David.
Coach said that he knew after 2 pitches that you were on today. When did you know that you had your good stuff today?
I mean, since the bullpen, I was throwing and I feel good, and probably today might be my last regular season playing in college baseball, so I'll just take that for granted and just give all on the field.
Steve.
Well, Monty, along those lines, I mean, you're a bit of an older guy, right? I mean, you took a chance coming here to Mississippi State, and now you've got a chance to play some postseason baseball. How important is it for you guys to play that first round of postseason baseball here at Duty Noble Field?
It means we know what's on the line, and that's what we're fighting for every day. And I'm pretty sure everybody in Starkville wants a regional here, so we're going to give the fans that, and we're going to keep working to get there.
Steph.
Monty, we've seen, whether it be you or Ethan, we've seen Joe Powell the past week or so, and guys really step up when their names get called, maybe when they don't expect it. What do you think it is about this team or this locker room that guys have been able to do that when maybe they're not starting one day, but the next day they can come in and make an impact?
Yeah, I think coaches do a good job with development here. So whether it's freshman, senior, it doesn't matter. Transfer, coaches are doing a good job, and we're sticking together and we're pushing each other every day. That's the biggest thing. And there's no hating on each other. It's always just encouraging. Like there's so much encouragement going around in the dugout and the locker room all the time. It's awesome.
Robbie.
Amani, baseball's such an up and down sport. You've kind of moved around the lineup. Coach has tried to, kind of move you around, and he's had that faith in you. What's that meant for you to have a coach that has your back like that, that's kept you in the lineup, that has that faith in you, knows you're going to be able to kind of climb out of it and have kind of the run that you're having right now?
Yeah, I mean that means a lot. Having a coach that believes in you is the most important thing, I believe. When you meet a coach, first thing you can do, tell, okay, he really cares about his players, and I think that's Lamona's Goat and all those guys, especially Parker and Will can agree with that. So, I mean, just that builds a lot of confidence in your players.
Steph.
D'Angelo, you mentioned the potential of this being your last regular season game here, but unlike last year, you guys are going to have a chance to have some more games and go into the postseason. What does that mean for you, I guess, as one of those guys that was here last season, come back this year and have a chance to play on the biggest stage?
We were talking in the clubhouse, and we were like, this year might be a good year for us and for everybody. So just go out there, and the biggest thing is just we wanted to be on the field and play as much as we can and help our teammate and push everybody. So this year will be a good year for everybody. So I think it's just go out there, keep making pitches, hit balls, and I think, and especially the team, everybody is just with each other, no hate, nothing bad, no bad energy in the dugout and nothing. So I think that's one of the things that actually helping everybody just to be locked in, especially the bench guys. They always locked in and talk to everybody and even cheer everybody up. So I think that's one of the biggest things, that the good energy, not bad energy around the team.
David.
D'Angelo, is that the best you've seen your slider working this year?
I mean, yeah, and Parker helped me a lot with the slider because last year was more like a soft slider, but right now it's a good bite and it's harder too.
Amani, you had a good vantage point there. How did you think he was pitching?
He looked really good today. I mean, like Coach Lamona said, you can tell within the first 2 pitches. I told him, was it last week? Hey, you weren't feeling it? He was like, no, I wasn't. So it's we can tell, we're that close. We can tell when somebody's just a little off that day or whatever. So.